the Patriotic Charter of the Republic of Korea. On August 6 of 1945, an atomic bomb was detonated on Hiroshima. At that moment, the Korean peninsula was forced to make one of the two choices. The first choice was, will you live with Syngman Rhee or live with Kim Il-sung? South Korea chose Syngman Rhee as its leader, and North Korea chose Kim Il-sung. Second, Korea was asked, what kind of system will you live in? Will you choose liberal democracy, a free market economy, US-ROC alliance, and a Christianity-based nation? Or will you choose communism, a socially controlled economy, an alliance with China, and Juche ideology as your religion? South Korea made the decision to choose liberal democracy, and North Korea chose communism. As a result, after the course of 70 years, North Korea has become an impoverished country, and in contrast, South Korea emerged as one of the world's top 10 powers. So now, all competitions between the two nations have come to a close. However, former President Moon Jae-in and opposition party leader Lee Jae-myung are instigating the Juche faction to dismantle Korea through a peace treaty, an end-of-war agreement, the withdrawal of US forces in Korea, and federalism-based reunification, with the aim of transferring to the North Korean system.
이제 이 미점령군하고
미군 철수해버리겠다 이렇게 얘기했어요. 제가 그래서 다행이다. 여기 찬스다.
우리는 북한의 붕괴를 바라지 않으며 어떤 형태의 흡수 통일도 추진하지 않을 것입니다.
낮은 단계의 연방제를 꼭 실현해서
In the pursuit of their goals, they're trying to impeach President Yoon Suk-yeol and bring about systematic change by mobilizing labor unions, teachers' unions, leftist civic groups, the Juche forces, and the opposition party. My fellow citizens, we cannot accept these fraudulent actions. So revolving around President Yoon Suk-yeol, we must achieve free unification, strengthen the US-Japan-Korea trilateral alliance, and achieve economic growth to become a G2 nation. So everyone who loves the Republic of Korea, let us all join and work together to eradicate the Juche forces and achieve free unification of the two Koreas. Reverend Chung Kwang-hoon. What are the possible underlying reasons if Korea faces annihilation? Will it be the result of a war, natural disaster, national bankruptcy, or an epidemic? The Next War, written by former US Secretary of Defense Caspar Weinberger, predicted that the downfall of Korea will happen due to a civil war. Korea's impending demise is inevitable, as it will succumb to the destructive forces of a civil war instigated by North Korean spy operations and Juche communist ideology. So drawing upon historical evidence, I will predict the final scenario of Korea. In the heart of Gwanghwamun Square, Korea, an intense clash ensues between the candlelight protest and the liberal right-wing rally. The demands from the candlelight protest are as follows: the impeachment of President Yoon Suk-yeol, the complete withdrawal of USFK, the establishment of a peace treaty, an end-of-war agreement, and the establishment of a federalism-based reunification under the governance of North Korea. In opposition, the cries of the liberal right wing are as follows: the apprehension of Moon Jae-in and Lee Jae-myung, bolstering the US-ROC alliance, the eradication of Juche communist forces, and a free unification of the two Koreas. During the clash of these two protests, highly trained undercover North Korean spies secretly infiltrate a building, camouflaged within South Korean uniforms of the police and military that cross into North Korea each year. Surprisingly, defying all expectations, they opened fire on the participants of the candlelight protest rather than the anticipated liberal right-wing rally. As bullets rain down, participants at the forefront of the candlelight protest are shot by the undercover spies. Enraged by the shooting, the protesters lose their temper, surge forward, overpower the South Korean police, seize their firearms, and unleash a hailstorm of bullets upon the police. North Korea's underground organizations spread across South Korea incite leftist citizens to orchestrate synchronized uprisings that sweep across the nation. Adding to the mounting chaos, 1 million ethnic Korean Chinese residing in Korea joined the list. In a striking parallel to the Gwangju riot of May 18, 1980, they launched raids on police stations and armories, seizing weapons and igniting widespread riots. Government offices fall under occupation, plunging Korea into an unrelenting state of civil war, leaving the nation powerless to intervene. The situation spirals into chaos, reaching a point where the police, soldiers, and even the US Army cannot stop the chaos. In this critical juncture, as the civil war in Korea intensifies, North Korean special forces execute a sudden invasion to seize control over South Korea. The citizens who already turned predominantly left-leaning cheers "Long live Kim Jong-un" while welcoming the North Korean People's Army, heralding an irreversible path towards federal unification for Korea. This marks the completion of the North Korean operation, spanning from the autumn uprising of 1946 to the Jeju April 3rd incident, the Yeosun Rebellion, and the Gwangju Riot of May 18th. In order to suppress any internal opposition, a statement is broadcasted across all media platforms. All civil servants will retain their positions, and the current public safety law and order shall remain unchanged. Seizing absolute power, their true nature is revealed as they execute 10 million dissenting citizens who oppose Kim Jong-un and the Workers' Party. Faced with the grim reality of communism, the desperate citizens flee by boat to Japan, with the refugee count reaching 10 million. 10 million individuals find themselves forced to become boat people refugees, adrift on the vast expanse of the open sea. This is not a fictional tale but a haunting reality that would have unfolded if it were not for the change of administration. Anticipating the consequences, the Japanese National Assembly has proactively discussed strategies to accommodate and support the influx of Korean refugees seeking safety in Japan. However, it is the Korean citizens that remain unaware of this impending crisis.
제가 존경하는 한국의 사상가 신영복 선생은 지난날 제주가 꾸었던 꿈이 지금 우리의 꿈입니다.
이제 이 미점령군하고
미국 철수의 분에 달리기 제가 그래서 야 다행이다. 여기 찬스다.
A staggering 16.14 million individuals rally behind Lee Jae-myung, an advocate for the withdrawal of U.S. troops. Warning about this impending crisis, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo made a jolting statement during an interview with Korean media.
But we should always be clear as nations the things we stand for, because tomorrow it will be you. Because tomorrow it will be you.
Numerous experts foresee a possibility for imminent war to unfold in Gwanghwamun Square, following after the war in Ukraine. The next war is Korea.